Okay, welcome. Today we will be seeing about functional element of a measurement instrument. So what are all the basic components of measuring instruments? Okay, here this is the measured medium. Okay, measured medium represent from which we are going to measure. If you are going to measure a temperature, from where you are going to measure the temperature, a material or a human body or some other source of energy or a boiler, from where you are going to measure the temperature represents the measured medium. This measured medium has the physical energy within it. Okay, if you going to measure a light energy in a radiation, then the light is glowing, which means the light energy is radiating from the source. Okay. So the source is the measured medium from which we are going to measure the quantity. Okay. In today's case, we are going to measure the body temperature. Okay. This is our motto. Now let us move. Okay. This is the measured quantity, which is the temperature we are going to measure, and the measured medium is nothing but a person. Okay. We are going to measure the body temperature of a person, and the measured quantity is nothing but temperature. Next, we are going to see the primary sensing element. So, the primary sensing element is the main element or the first element which is going to get contact with the source. Okay. In case of the body temperature measurement, the first element which is going to contact with your body is the tip of the thermometer. Okay. This thermometer tip is going to get contact with the body surface of the human, which you are going to measure the temperature. So this tip material should have the primary sensing element, and this primary sensing element should have the property such that in case of temperature it should able to conduct the heat energy easily from the body into the temperature. So this type of element should be used as the primary sensing element in case of a thermometer. Next, variable conversion element. This element is nothing but the sensor which is being used in conversion of the physical quantity into an electrical quantity, which is the conversion element. Here, the temperature is being converted into electrical quantity with the help of this sensor. So, this sensor is known as the variable conversion element. Here, you are going to supply the temperature which is going to be measured in the top of the sensor, and this uh, transmission from the body temperature to this uh, sensor, the this transmission, that is the physical transmission of temperature from our body to the sensor body, is done by the primary sensing element. So here the temperature is arrived in which you are going to measure the body temperature. This temperature is going to be converted into an another form of energy, which is nothing but an electrical energy. This conversion should have a specific ratio. Otherwise, we will not know what is the value of the temperature in the human body. So, this temperature sensor has a ratio that it will convert the amount of temperature in a particular ratio. For example, you can see 1 degree centigrade is being converted into electrical as 0.1 volt. Okay. Similarly, 2 degrees centigrade will be converted into 0.2 volt. This is the ratio which this variable conversion element is going to maintain. This conversion element, that is the sensor, helps us to convert the temperature which you give as an input into an another varying quantity which is electrical. Here the terminals or electrical terminals or pins of the sensor gives you an output of electrical energy which corresponds to voltage, and the input is the physical energy which is temperature in degree centigrade. So 1 degree centigrade amount of temperature is measured in this thermometer will give you an output voltage of 0.1 volt as electrical. So this is the variable conversion element. Next, we are having the variable manipulation element. Here, while you are converting the energy from centigrade to voltage or current, what happens is some loss will happen during this conversion. So these losses should be overcome with the help of a variable manipulation element. And this element has to convert the ratios, which is the 0.1 volt into the temperature format, that is the 1 degree centigrade. This is done by the variable manipulation element which is present in the thermometer circuitry. Similarly, you are having a data transmission element. In case of a thermometer, you will be seeing the output of the temperature in the thermometer itself. So there will be no data transmission element in a thermometer. In case of a huge factory, in case of a huge factory, you can see the measured temperature is present in one room, whereas you are going to read or see the value in present in another room. In this case, the data need to be transmitted, and this is done by the data transmission element which is present in the system. Here, the variable transmission, the variable manipulation element, and the variable data transmission element is done with the help of an electrical circuit. This electrical circuit is going to convert the uh, zero point 0.1 volts into the required centigrade with the help of the amplifiers, that is the operational amplifiers present here. And this is the sensor, this one. This is the sensor. Next, we will be moving to the data storage and playback element. In case of storage and playback element, the data, that is the temperature data from the human which you obtained, has to be stored for short term or long term dependent on your usage. If the patient is in your hospital, you are going to store the temperature of the patient for every occasion. So this storage device should be of a permanent storage. Here we are going to use a SD card. You can use a CD, floppy disk, or a server, etc. can be used as a data storage element. Next, we are moving into the data presentation element. Here, the data presentation element represent how much temperature is being present in the body of the human. This is represented by the display. Here, you can use a LCD display, a numeric display, or any other kinds of 7-segment displays. Any displays can be used, and these displays, you are going to see the representation of the temperature in quantities. This will give you the accurate quantity in numericals, that is the value of the body temperature, say 30 degrees centigrade, will be displayed in the display. Okay, next we will be moving into the control system. Here in thermometer there will be a control system, because you are going to on the thermometer, you need to off the thermometer, you need to instruct the thermometer to measure the temperature from the human body. So there are three controls which are present in the single thermometer itself. So in case of a bigger measurement system, there will be several control units. So these control systems are going to be with the help of buttons, okay, and embedded devices. These control systems will access the data transmission element, data storage element, and data presentation element. Because if you want to see the previous record of the patient, and you can adjust or you can modify the control system to make use of the storage device, and you can present the data which is in the previous years. This control system can also helps to measure the voltage. It also helps to turn on and turn off the device. So this is the control system. Here the control system is represented with the help of buttons, but in real cases you will be having a embedded microsystems, that is the embedded microprocessors or microcontrollers will be present in the control systems. Okay, next you will be having the data presented to the observer, that is the final data which is being presented to the observer, that is the thermometer itself. Here is the complete thermometer where you can, that observer, the nurse or the doctor can read the temperature of the patient body. Here, the person who are going to measure is the measured medium, and the primary sensing element is the tip of the thermometer. Okay. The variable conversion element is the sensor which is present in the thermometer, and the variable manipulation element, uh, okay, we are done this. Variable manipulation element is the circuitry which is present inside the thermometer, and the data presentation element is the LCD screen which is present in the thermometer, and the control system is the button which is used to control the thermometer, and the data storage element is the memory device, that is EEPROM or SD card, which is present in the thermometer, which helps the doctor to store all the patient data in the thermometer itself. So this is the complete functional element of a measuring instruments. Okay.